Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The movie, the gun, the bullet, the murderer, the murder. Alec Baldwin Rust trial has been completely tossed out. Yeah, that's right. That's happened. Interesting. Now, it's not completely done, actually, because Helena Hutchins' widower has vowed to take Alec Baldwin back to court over the fatal shooting, even though I believe they did actually settle, which is random and weird. But anyway, I've been following this from the start. For those that don't know, real quick recap. Alec Baldwin was on a film set of Rust, a movie that he was in, obviously, and executive producing. Allegedly, a gun that he was holding and may have pulled the hammer on, whatever, went off and killed someone, the cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, allegedly. He was taken to court for it. It was a manslaughter charge, and it's been completely tossed out because basically bullet evidence was not handed over. Alright. Dumb thing for it to be tossed out for. Not dumb that it's been tossed out. I mean, sure, fine, like if that's the case. But dumb that this was not handed over and was not filed correctly. Now, the armourer, that's an interesting turn of events as well. Look at this thing. Look at that. That piss green and purple yellow hair. What is that? Anyway. So we're going to dive into this today. Please do hit subscribe, turn those bell notifications on. I've been covering this from the very start, and it's finally coming to a close potentially. So let's take a look. In a dramatic turn of events, this dropped yesterday, by the way. Dramatic turn of events. Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter trial for 2021. 2021. 3 years, man. Has it really been that long? That's madness, isn't it? Why is it taking so long? Anyway, for the 2021 shooting of Rust, cinematographer Helena Hutchins was dismissed Friday over critical evidence that a New Mexico judge ruled had been concealed. Playing silly beggars. And quote, the state has repeatedly made representations to the defense and to the court that they were compliant with all their discovery obligations. New Mexico Judge Mary Marlowe Sommer said in her ruling from the bench just now, well, on Friday, obviously, despite their repeated representations, they have continued to fail to disclose critical evidence to the defendant. The state is highly culpable for its failure to provide discovery to the defendant. Sommer added in a measured tone, dismissal with prejudice is warranted. The ruling ends any hope of the state recharging Baldwin again. Again, pretty major turn of events. So breaking down in tears at the defense table, the multi-Emmy winning actor was in the courtroom when Sommer announced her ruling. Why didn't they do this before then? I'm so confused. So anyway, the decision by Sommer on Friday at the end of an evidentiary hearing over a defense motion to dismiss over bullets dropped off to Santa Fe police in recent weeks by ex-Arizona cop Troy Teske could also mean the release of incarcerated Rust armourer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. This is sounding very bizarre. Like, what is going on? So, with a constant chorus of local police missteps, blatant professional incompetence, DA stumbles, and eccentrics that has been centre stage in this matter since that terrible day almost 3 years ago, the dismissal of the case was simultaneously shocking and not that unexpected. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. To me, it's... Well, I mean, it's not that shocking, to be fair. I'm just shocked it's taken so bloody long. Like, genuinely. After nervous Rust ammunition supplier Seth Kenney and a series of Santa Fe Sheriff's Office members gave testimony Friday, including body cam footage of Teske bringing the ammunition to the cop shop. Cop shop, great. That's so unprofessional. An exasperated Special Prosecutor Carrie Morrissey decided to roll the dice and take the stand herself. Although Rust armourer Gutierrez-Reed was sentenced to 18 months in a state prison after being found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, no full explanation has been given to how a live round got on the Rust set. So it means So still live rounds were there, but people are like, oh, whatever, who cares? Like, no, that's not acceptable. I reject that. It's not acceptable. Someone's dead. It's not acceptable that this happened and no one's being held to account. That there's no justice. Like, what is going on? Gutierrez-Reed's lawyers plan to file a motion for her release ASAP. I mean, this is just mental, isn't it? This is madness. So just 3 days into what was supposed to be a nearly 2-week trial, Linda Johnson, one of the special prosecutors in the case, resigned. The sudden move came because Johnson, who only joined the case a couple of months ago, didn't agree with there being a public hearing on the move by Baldwin's Quinn Emanuel, Urquhart and Sullivan to see the matter tossed to the legal curb. And quote, I could see it was not at all similar to the live rounds on the set of Rust, so I made the decision not to collect the rounds since they had never left Arizona, Morrissey told the court on the record, as she and police officials had stated before the ammunition brought in by Tesk. A close friend of Thel Reed, the iconic Hollywood gun coach and father of Gutierrez-Reed, Tesk, was never called as a witness in the Armorer's trial this spring, and the defendant's own lawyer, Jason Bowles, said he didn't want them, according to Morrissey, not long afterwards. Tesk took the ammunition to the police, something the defence claim it was not just informed of despite requiring all evidence in the case. Huh. Oh, yeah. I mean, what? Interesting. Interesting. Over the months in Bolt... So, I mean, this is done now, isn't it, really? What's this? This is crazy. Sorry. In that context, New York-based defense lawyer Alex Spiro today accused Morrissey of not liking Baldwin personally. Almost spitting out the words, Spiro claimed Morrissey had called Baldwin an arrogant prick. I mean, he is. And a cocksucker. That's funny. I mean, he is an arrogant prick, and he is a bit of a cocksucker. I mean, this is crazy. So, this isn't over, though, just as an FYI, because Helena Hutchins' widower is looking to take Baldwin back to court as well. Now, this will be different, anyway. Now, this is a Deadline exclusive. Says, Alec Baldwin has today just seen the sudden dismissal of the involuntary manslaughter case against him for the fatal 2021 shooting of Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins, but the Emmy-winning actor could be back in court much sooner than he expects. Almost 2 years after Baldwin and Rust producers reached a settlement with the Hutchins estate. That's why I'm surprised he's able to do this, because he got paid off. So the lawyer for Matthew Hutchins today made it very clear that circumstances have changed. We respect the court's decision, Brian J. Parrish told Deadline of the criminal case tossed out today. We look forward to presenting all the evidence to a jury and holding Mr. Baldwin accountable for his actions in the senseless death of Helena Hutchins. Oh, well, how's he able to do this? So it's a civil case, but how's he able to do this if he got a settlement? Surely that like prejudices him. Whether that court appearance will be a continuation of the initial wrongful death action filed in February 2022 or a breach of agreement suit is unclear right now. Yeah, it could be a breach of agreement. But they got settled. But then I always thought it was a bit of a weird one that they settled anyway, because it would be like funds to do the movie. The movie's not been sold. So maybe that's why. And it says here anyway, still with the agreed upon funds due to the Hutchins estate having not been paid by the Rust team as scheduled. Oh, it's to do with that then. So anyway, so Rust team, Hutchins estate has not been paid. Now months and months behind. This could get very messy for Baldwin again. Oh, so that's why then. Basically, they've just not been paid. So they might have settled, but there's been actually no payments. Interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, there's not really much else to it, to be fair. So it says here, that deal would see the money paid to the estate, a documentary on Hutchins, and the starting up again of Rust. This is the deal, anyway. Yeah, okay. So under the settlement, the Hutchins' now 11-year-old son would see a portion of the payouts made available to him in installments between his 18th and 22nd birthday, court documents detailed. But that's not happened, though, so... yeah, that makes sense. However, the Hutchins never received the money they were supposed to, in a timely fashion soon afterwards. So that seems to be part of the disputes Rust Movie Productions has with insurance company Chubb. Chubb, great. The lack of payments for the past year to the Hutchins estate also is connected to the nearly $1.6 million in New Mexico tax incentives that Rust was awarded. Unsurprisingly, with all the bad press and unwelcome spotlight the Rust shooting put New Mexico and its burgeoning film industry under, the state recently pulled the plug on tax credits. So they made a deal, by the looks of it, to pay the estate of Helena Hutchins a bunch of money, and they don't have the money, and the entire deal was predicated on them getting that money from the state. So they're fucked. There you go. I mean, Alec Baldwin's out of the fire at the moment, but could he be tossed right into the frying pan, potentially? Or out of the frying pan into the fire. So he's out of the frying pan, and now he might be thrown in the fire. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.